Hey guys, so Atreyu is back. I do hope this video finds you all in a most relaxed and happy state. Quite honestly, I am in an under the weather sort of state. I got pretty sick yesterday, as some of you guys know, and so I'm still kind of recuperating. I've been resting today. Interestingly enough, today's date is December 16th, 2016. Which means it is technically my 2-year, 4-month anniversary. But since I didn't really have the energy to retwist my hair, I was like, well, there can't be an update today. I mean, there could be, but you know, I like to show my retwists and my updates normally. So I will, whenever I actually feel better and I get that retwist done, at that point I will definitely bring to you my update, my 2-year, 4-month update, my 2x4. So for this video, however, I thought it would be a good time to talk about why I retwist my hair once a month. Let's get to it. Okay, so yeah, for those of you who were not, wow, what is that, we're not up hard, there you go, see how it switches like that, yeah, alright. So for those of you who were not a part of the Atreyu Locs channel, you are probably unaware of the fact that I went 2 and 3 months without retwisting, and as a result, my roots started to thin out. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, right? It's like, aren't you supposed to stop retwisting to actually thicken your roots? Like, how does that lead to a thinning of the roots? Well, when I say thinning of the roots, I just mean like, because my hair, and I've said this a million times, Yanni, the lochologist, first brought this to my attention, and I happen to agree with her. But she says that people with locks, their hair grows one of two ways. Either the new growth grows into the lock or away from the lock. I feel like I am appropriately categorized as someone whose hair grows away from my locks. So as my hair is growing and I'm abstaining from retwisting, that new growth is not getting inserted into the lock and it's pulling away from the lock, thereby thinning out the part of the lock that is closest to my scalp. So let me show you guys what I mean. So this one, well actually I kind of like retwisted it slightly, like wrapped it because it was getting really loose, but I can just undo it because I just did it earlier. So you see all this hair, right? There's all this, which is normally, and it was kind of like away. It was kind of like that earlier before I got nervous and tried to retwist that hair around it. See how it's like so much thinner there? It's because all this hair, this new growth, is not growing into the lock. And so as I abstain from retwisting and as I'm waiting, you know, it's not getting inserted into the lock and it's not forming a solid foundation as it should. So what I usually have to do, and I have a video showing you how to repair a weak base, you know, grab the new growth and wrap it around like that, you know, and once I wrap it around and down the lock, and this is of course wet, you know, I've sprayed something on it, water, distilled water or something, I'll palm roll it, right? And then that kind of temporarily gets that new growth reinserted into the lock. But still, you know, we're at 2x4 now. 2 years, 4 months, and I'm still having that same issue. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use the crochet needle method and see, just for these sides, if I can actually get this hair, you know, once and for all inserted into the lock. And I have this issue on this side as well. This is a really good one, if I can get it. Yeah, see how thin it is there? There's like all this hair right here, right? All this wonderful hair. Look how thick this part is. I've combined, as you see, right? But the hair just doesn't want to go into the lock. So I think I'm going to use the crochet needle method the next time and I'm going to try to get all that hair inserted into these locks. Pretty much these two right here on the sides, they're the only ones that I have that problem with. So that's one of the reasons why I retwist every month. I was having these issues up here with these beard locks. These beard locks are the locks that I had sections, or I should say these beard locks were the locks who had sections that were extremely thin from when I was abstaining from retwisting. But now that I've covered them up, right, with the beard hair. But now that I retwist once a month, it's coming out, the size is coming out normal now, like it used to. So, this is like one of the main reasons why I retwist once a month, because my hair grows away from my locks and I want to get that hair re-insinuated into the lock as soon as possible. Something else that I noticed though is, you see how like that's still shiny? It's pretty much like the same retwisted look, right? And a lot of these locks have that. I mean, yeah, there's fuzz there, but there's also like that shinier part, which is like the new growth. See that right there? So I guess you can kind of expect to see that, if you're retwisting once a month. And I know, like, for some people, I think Pursuit of Nappiness, I think she says she retwists twice a month, so every 2 weeks. I remember T-Bay82 retwisting more frequently than once a month, at least earlier in her journey. So for some people, once a month may seem like a long time, but I feel like for the vast majority of people, once a month seems like, kind of often. But it's just something that I have to do. The second reason that I wanted to start retwisting once a month was because I was getting a lot of marriages, there was a lot of stray hairs since my hair grows away from my locks. Just kind of going everywhere, going into locks where they definitely didn't belong. It's like you don't want to go into the lock that you're supposed to go into, but you want to go into, your next door neighbor's lock. Yeah. So I thought that maybe by retwisting more frequently, I would be sort of training my locks or training the new growth to go into the appropriate locks. And I don't know. I'll let you guys look and see if it looks like my hair is getting trained at all. I mean, this is pretty much what it looks like now, after a month's worth of not doing anything to it, not retwisting. If I just leave it alone, this is what my hair looks like after a month, or at a month exactly. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe it is becoming a little trained, I don't know. But I think for sure, 1 month is definitely working for me. If nothing else, it is definitely allowing me to have nice size locks that are not on the verge of snapping off, and now I just, the current issue that I have to deal with is just these two side ones that really don't want to grab up that hair. I mean, look at all this hair. It's like all this hair and it just doesn't want to go in. But I'm not getting frustrated. I will figure it out. It's like my last arch nemesis in terms of my locks, quite honestly. But I just love the look and the newly retwisted, even though it's been a month, it's like nice and shiny. That's that new growth for you. You can't get a lock, like an actual matted lock, to look, that nice and shiny. But you can definitely, appreciate it and get it from that new growth that's relatively freshly retwisted. So yeah, guys, this is, if you're wondering, this is why I retwist once a month, because my hair grows away from my locks. So I need to re-insinuate that hair back into the lock as soon as it's feasible, and then also to kind of reduce, marriages that occur, and hopefully to train my locks or train my new growth to go into my locks. So yeah, it's a big jungle of mess, but I love it and I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, and I just thought I'd make you guys a video, because I know if you're like me, you kind of like looking at people's Locs, especially when you're earlier into your journey. It's just like nice. It took me a while to figure this out too. You know, I would like be watching YouTube videos, and then I would be kind of like this, like, you know, and this, I'm looking at someone going through their Locs and just kind of, you know, lifting, like parting it and lifting the sections and stuff. And I remember I used to first think like, why do people do that? But then like I understand now, because it's just fascinating to look at other people's Locs, especially when you're envisioning what your Locs could look like at some point in the future. So yeah, this is, I know I've said so and yeah a lot. I apologize. I don't feel well, but I think I said a lot even when I do feel well, so I guess that's not a good excuse. Anyway, I've tried not to say it, so yeah. This is why I retwist once a month. If you guys have any questions, feel free to, you know, leave the question in the comment section below. And yeah, if you guys have any video topics you want me to cover, whether it's in a Loc community meeting, an LCM, or just in general, let me know that as well. Alright guys, I do hope you all are well. Please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions conditions the heart to not really love at all. So Atreyu is out.